Hello. Just that a little bit. Is sound good? Is sound okay? Dum da 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 dum. I need somebody to give me a sign here. Hi, Paul. Sounds great. That's what I like to hear. And we fixed the chat. This way. Chat is this way. We fixed it, kinda. Should be able to see your name pop up. Awesome. Okie dokie. I think we should be good to get going. What is my hair doing right now? It's gonna dry all weird. It's fine, we're doing it live. Chat is quite small, but it's a work in progress. All of the words are in it now. Alright, let's kick off, shall we? Here we go. So, some stuff happened last time. So for those who are watching this on the VOD, or anybody who is joining after the fact, how to explain? Things have been going well in our tavern. We were playing matchmaker a little bit. That was a lot of fun. And then during the last night when we were playing, somebody ran in, screamed duck, and then a massive wave of water deluged on top of us, and half the town is underwater, basically, is the vibe. So we're just gonna see what happens. Like, I don't know what can be done here. First, stars fell from the sky. We figured out what happened there. Whale, well, astral whale, swallowed a sun, and that, messed with the gravitational pull. Somebody seems behind that, not sure who. Willing to bet that whatever this is of a similar sinister nature. So let's see. Oh, my poor windows. How did you get in here? You weren't here last time. Grace was here, that's fair. The people that were in the building with us when the wave hit were Fable, our favorite NB. I'll pull it up there. Pull it up. So we got Fable, our favorite NB. We were also joined by Grace and by Voy, also known as Voyage, who was the one that warned us of what was happening. So yeah, we'll see how the others have fared. So, alright, we're working with Hex, who is Grace's brother, hence why he's looking for her. Trying to remember, it's hard to get into his voice when he doesn't do the good mythical morning thing. Grace! Is Grace here? Good mythical morning to you too, Hex! This isn't funny, innkeeper. Tell me, is she here? Please tell me she's here. Oh no, he's so worried. She is. I'll let her know that you are too. Thank you. By the dragons, I was worried sick. So sick. She'll be happy to know you're safe and sound too. The flood was enormous, and if she'd gotten caught up in it... Oh, no. I don't want to even begin to imagine. Then don't. How about a drink to calm your nerves? Yes. A drink sounds great. I'm not gonna let a natural disaster get in the way of my business. Something Something that will entangle my thoughts and help me focus. I'll see what I can do. We want the brain juice. Let's go with the silent owl because I think the glass is cool. Okay, what do we need? We need one of our... No, we're kind of blocking, it's fine. We got one of our dexterity, no charisma, 2 of power. Yeah, do I charge these people for drinks? I'm not sure. It's undisclosed at the moment. Alright, so max intelligence, 1 dexterity, 2 power. What fits our bill? Well, that will certainly work. And then 1 and 2. Silent owl. Ding ding ding, ring that bell. Maybe this will help clear your mind. It does, at least a little bit. Thank you, innkeeper. What was her voice again? Hex, it's good to see you safe and well. You too. Where have you been? Are you alright? Did you get hurt? I'm fine. The innkeeper and yesterday's superstars took good care of me. Just as you took good care of us. The least we could have done was to be here for each other. Have you been, dear brother? Or brother dear? Did you get hurt? No, but I was worried about you. The whole night locked in that damned house, all I could think of was how the flood might have... Why didn't you tell me you were going to the tavern? I looked everywhere for you. Oh, sorry, I didn't know I needed your permission to go outside. That's not what I'm trying to say. Then what are you trying to say? That he was worried and you could have died. It's not rocket science. You know, like, it's not that hard a concept to grasp. That you could have gotten hurt, and I wouldn't have known. I don't expect a tsunami to hit Gaia every day. That wasn't in the foreseeable future, Hexy. Uncontrollable things happen, and when they do, we do our best to overcome them. Also, I can protect myself quite well. Still, how was I supposed to know you were safe? Do you guys not have, like, sending stones or something? If not, you should get on that. As an elder sibling, I can sympathize, right? Like, I understand this. So, you know, cut him some slack, maybe. I'm an adult, you know. You could try trusting in my capabilities. Not only adult, you are middle-aged. Aren't you in your 40s? Yeah, you're 42. Which I guess when you're an elf is like... Well, half-elf is like 16. Maybe. But she does have the human lifespan, so gray area. Furthermore, Pasor was very useful last semester. P-S-A-O-R. Pasor. What do we think that could be? Curious now. Yes, game, please tell me. Pasor? Protective sigils and other remedies. Okay, sure. Ah. Also, the tavern itself is well protected by my own brand of sigils. That's at least something. Yes, I'm very thankful for the innkeeper and her tavern for keeping me safe. Is one of my sigils the tape on the window? Not sure how well that's holding up over there. I didn't mean to worry you. I didn't plan on being gone for so long, but then the flood happened. Okay, sure. How have you been holding up? Is the house alright? Apart from some minor damage and some leakage in the roof, I suppose it's fine. I wasn't even aware of the approaching flood until the house's foundations started trembling. I was busy in my workshop harvesting the essence of Dimension 567 for my research. I hope you didn't rip a hole in the fiber of magic again. I didn't, and even if I did, you couldn't have stopped me. You weren't there, after all. Lads! Right. But I can scold you now. You don't want to find out I actually managed to harvest something. You did? That's amazing! What a huge breakthrough! That would mean I created a teeny tiny rift in the astral realm and got my hands on some stardust. Well, sort of. How? I got an astral shard when the stars fell. Ah, I see. There's still the issue of never knowing exactly what might come through when you open these kinds of rifts. Could be anything or anyone. Like creatures? Like cameos from other games? Yeah, Arlo, some shit happened when you left last time. Quick recap for our good friend Arlo Fry. At the end of the last stream, a tsunami hit. And most of the town is underwater now. So we're dealing with that. But business is booming, as you can see. That wouldn't be good. Yeah, it wouldn't. Because when your sister disappears again, you wouldn't know if she's gotten eaten by a creature or if it's just out for a stroll. Hex, cut it out. What? We get it, alright? I went away, you were worried, we get it, but I am my own person and I can do what I like. I'm getting tired of this. Well, me too. Then stop. This poor man. I don't want to fight. Then don't. Sorry. Oh boy. It's fine. We shouldn't spend our time fighting when there are so many more interesting things going on. How about a wee bit of distraction? Oh, we could go outside and see if we can take samples of the floodwater. Exactly. Who knows? It might hold spectacular and rare magical properties. That sounds lit. Maybe it'll help me finish my long-term research project. Possibly. Though access to the primordial vortex you'd need... Primordial seawater, I know. But who knows what we'll find. Don't forget to fill me in on your research. Theopractically, I tell you anything. But only theopractically. Wouldn't have expected anything else. Thank you, Innkeeper, for hosting me the night and all. See you soon. If I remember correctly, when we... Oh, hi, Voy. Hi, Fable. When the flood happened, at the end of the last stream, it feels like a boss fight's about to happen. After the tsunami hit at the end of the last stream, they saw a creature outside the window, some type of fish, that can only be found in one of the magical bogs. You think everybody's flirting, Paul? No. Is it Importius? The Lonesome Lagoon. think this was it. Not entirely sure, I don't quite remember. But it was a magical lake of some description, that's where the water seems to have come from. Good morning, you two. Did you sleep well? As well as we could with the sweet song of stormy waves pattering against our windows. So, very well, and with inspiring dreams. Everybody needs a bit of white noise. Glad to hear that. Your impromptu concert certainly helped me sleep. Because it was so boring? No, because it calmed my nerves. Which you are getting on. All of our nerves, I think. Not that I have any. What? You don't have nerves? Is that a phantasm thing? No, I meant those metaphorical nerves. Yeah, tieflings are called phantasms in this. Oh, you get those too? No, of course not. I'm Voy. Well, yeah, sometimes. Mostly when I have to perform. Isn't that embarrassing? Not really. That's what makes me so nervous. That's where the word comes from. Oh. Though, I have to say, last night performing with you for Grace and the Innkeeper, it was kind of relaxing. I could just lose myself in the performance without having to worry about what anyone would think of me. Not that I ever do, but it was nice. We should make more music together sometime. Oh. I don't know what it is, right? I said this during the last stream. The choices that I've been getting have been getting meaner and meaner. Like, I keep throwing Fable under the bus, and I don't know why. Arlo's Scanlan in fanfic? Yeah, no, that's very fair, actually. The vibe of Voy, from what I can tell, is that they are inspired by K-pop, which is why they do the K-pop hand thing. And also, if we go back to our character sheets over here. Where is he? Look at this, it's a signed, autographed picture with, like, sparkle effects and flowers. Also, I've noticed, I'm not sure if this is what they're intended to be, it's how I'm interpreting it, but these marks on the chest look like top scars. So I believe that Voy is transmask, which is very cool. Maybe my character's a thing for Zephyr. What's his name at the moment? Oh yeah, Kumo. Maybe the character does have a thing for Zephyr. I personally am a Fable Kumo shipper. So we'll see how that goes. I started a new song. Maybe you can collaborate. Really? That would be awesome. Well, yes, you're right. That would be awesome. I think working on it together could be fun. Expletive! Yeah! Oh, sorry. Hooray! I'm looking forward to our grand collaboration. And charming you with it, Innkeeper. Alright. ... You're supposed to say you're also looking forward to it. Rather than a love triangle, I think I'm trying to form a throuple from the outside perspective. I don't think you're supposed to say that part out loud. Yeah, a gland collab is a very difficult thing. Oh, well, forget I said anything. I was just kidding. Enough chit-chat, we should check on the village. Maybe someone needs a good song to cheer them up. I'm sure Baya would love one. I'm in my Baya cosplay right now, that's why my hair looks like this. I think Baya would probably be cheered up by a good flood. But speaking of her, maybe you could hand out some of her spa coupons for me? Sure thing, her spa rocks. I shall start enlightening Grace. Is she still here? No, she just left, together with Hex. Something about primordial water? Those wizards. I'll try to catch up to them. See you soon. Don't finish that song without me, Fable. I'll wait for you. Don't forget you got a date lined up. Can I get one of those coupons? Sure you can. Just make sure you tell Baya I sent you. Of course. What a strange morning. Or exciting morning? Both, I think. Would you like a morning drink? Yes, something that'll help with my writing my song, please. We got adrenal and pituitary in the house. We want charisma. Let's go 1,000 wins. One feather. 2 defense. And 2 charisma. Ding ding ding, ring that bell. A drink with 0 primordial water. Maybe. It does taste a little primordial, and very delicious. Perfect. You know, last night when I couldn't sleep, I was watching the fish swimming by the windows. What a sentence. Their scales kept reflecting the water, making them shift and shimmer like they almost weren't there. I was mesmerized by them. It was like a dream that kept pulling me towards the waves. It was beautiful and haunting. Do you think it looks like that every day somewhere? That beautiful? That haunting. I think any place we can imagine exists somewhere, if only in our heads. I'd like to see all of those places. I don't think they're all safe to see. Oh, hello! He's like rocking up being like, have you seen my bestest friend? Fable, by the dragons, they're here. Oh, nope, didn't want to open that. Are you alright? I am. The innkeep kept me safe. It's good to see you both as well. Couldn't have left us know you were still breathing. We couldn't find you anywhere. I'm sorry, I just woke up. Were you guys worried about me? Maybe. Of course we were. Don't even know if you can swim. I can. Can you? Of course. No. Love to know how you got here, then. Considering we're underwater. Oh, we should teach you sometime. Sure. Thank you for worrying about me. I actually had a pretty nice night. Voy and I gave Grace and the innkeeper a small concert while we were all stuck inside. Oh. Sad that we missed that. I can track down Voy to give you guys an encore. That'd be nice. Look at them! Are you seeing this? They're so in love. I'm sorry I didn't get around to picking you up. It's okay. I bet the roads were a bit busy. Yeah, it was a little tough getting out. Rufus loved it though. Rufus, the sheepfish. I think he made some new friends. Seems like this catastrophe had some pleasant side effects. What happened anyway? Did a whale eat the moon this time? Because a whale ate the sun and that's what made the stars fall out of the sky. These are things I get to say and think about. No idea what that's supposed to mean, but no. Or maybe? Not sure how it happened. They say the primordial sea flooded the Twilight Chasm, and it spilled out through its portals into Phaezoa, leaving us with this mess. Rumor unlocked, primordial flood. That's new. The primordial sea has flooded the Twilight Chasm, has ultimately reached Phaezoa. Maybe it washed up something interesting. That's the tower. We love a cool S. At least the other continents probably got through without trouble. For once they can be less jealous of our portals. I do hope everyone is okay. Everyone we could check on is. Luckily for us, the water's drained enough to rescue everyone around here. Though I heard the underwater hasn't emerged yet. Happy to see you all emerged. Mostly. What does that mean? Are you still drowning your son? Are you still looking for someone? Oh no. Yes, I was wondering if Melee is here. Sweet little cat girl? She is not. She wasn't home when I checked on her. No, she didn't stop by yesterday. Nor today. Did you see her before that? Did she say where she'd be going? They care. I'm afraid she hasn't been in since you returned from Zoford. That wizard punk hasn't seen her either. It took a second to ask him when he almost broke down Kumo's door looking for Grace. Do we know if she can swim? She is a cat. I cannot stress enough that she is a cat. Exactly, Paul. Check the nearby trees. I'm sure she can, and I'm sure she's just taken shelter somewhere else. You taught her how to hide well, after all. Maybe she's just putting that to good use. When I returned yesterday, I found Rufus eating out of a strange apparatus that dispenses food and water every couple hours. Like a cat feeder. Like someone really smart set it up for him in their absence? Yes. He was gorging himself on some food, but Melly was nowhere to be found. Oh, that's worrying. Did she leave a note? No. I'm sure she's okay. I'd be worried. What am I saying with that? Oh, if I was you, I'd be losing my mind right now. Lol. They're obviously worried. I'm worried. Just see your body drift away, but no. No. Oh, brother. I'm sure she's okay. Maybe ask Una. She probably put her up to something. I shall investigate that avenue right now. Fable, would you be okay with moving our time? Time? You got an appointment or something? More like a date. Can't wait for that story. Lynn ships it. She gets it. I'll tell you later. But, yes, we should move it. This isn't the kind of dancing in the rain I was hoping for. Me neither. Another time, then? Yes, I look forward to it. Me too. I hope you didn't try to investigate the fish. They'd eat her alive. Sounds a little more hopeful. The girl's savvy. I mean, look at that contraption she left behind. Ain't no fish got a chance against her. Being hopeful isn't really my thing. Then make it your thing. I'll let you know when I find her. Brother. Man of such few words. A man of expletive words. He's just worried. Uh-huh. Arlo, is that directed at me? You are not nice? This is what I'm saying, the innkeeper's gotten really, really mean. I don't know why. I don't know what's happened. Speaking of worries and words, Lynn, it's good to finally see you back. How was the escorting? Hope you didn't get too wet. It sure was something. Certainly haven't had enough of the nobility for a while. Got any more details for me? Well, actually, this can wait a bit, right? Why would I say no? Why would I say no? Why would I say no? There are clearly more pressing things. Am I a fae? Do I just not give a fuck? Do I just not care about these people really? All I do is barter for their stories? Why would I say no? Obviously, yes. Thanks for understanding. I'll be back later once I can think more clearly, and I can speak more clearly as well. Jesus Christ. I'd like to check up on Uncle Dragon. Make sure that old fart's still up and running. Fable, I'm guessing you'd like to check in with your family too? Yes, I would love to make sure everyone's alright. Maybe Melly's with the Amaranthine Hydra. She really wanted to ask it for some tea recommendations. I'm counting on you returning with a good story. Will do. Got a good one for you. I'll see if I can drag Ray and Fancy Pants as well. Think they could use a drink. Speaking of which, got one for the road? Sure thing. Something strong that will get you through that socializing? You got it. I'm becoming more and more convinced I'm actually just like an archfey. And that's how I'm... What am I looking for? This one, because it makes me laugh. And that's why I'm seemingly like know things I shouldn't know. I have an extended lifespan and I'm getting strangely cruel. I don't get it. Let's pop that in there. Let me go 1 and a 2. And a 3. Ding ding ding, ring that bell. Here, the strongest thing I could brew up for you. That's not true. Thanks. Miss these drinks. A little. Oh, that's sweet. Don't dwell on it. Anyway, Fable, let's go. She just downs it. I'll be right there. I'm sure everybody will be okay, Innkeeper, so don't you worry about it. And make sure to keep a hot chocolate warm for Melly. I'm sure she'd love one of those. I'll give it my best. I don't know if I can heat anything in here. I know you will. Don't swim out too far. We'll see. The waters are dangerous these days. Just what are you up to? Actually, if I No, I don't know if I can. Ah, no, I can reread the ominous letter. So last time we read this letter from the person that our favorite vampire Kyle saw, when just before the stars fell, and who gave them like an ominous thing of like watch out for the fireworks, right? Right after we read this, the flood happened. I had the option to not read the letter. We took a vote on it. We decided what to do. Very curious what would have happened if we hadn't read the letter now. If things still would have happened. But we have to keep an eye out for the last day of the astral moon. Watch the sky closely on the 35th of Cassiopeia. So we're going to have to see what that's all about. Time to make sure I've got enough ingredients for a hot chocolate around, I guess. Well, if you're here and the cat's not feeling too great about that. How can I tell the date? That is a good question. The date comes up actually in the at the beginning of each chapter, so I can't see it here, but when we go to the next section of when we go through the next day, it will pop up at the beginning. Oh, I made her Australian, didn't I? Good to see that you're opening, Keep. And a good evening to you too, Una. Ha, spare me the blabbering. Though I'm glad you seem to be unarmed. I am, thanks to some protective spells I put in the inn a while back. Works better than any insurance. What about you? Are you unharmed? I'm as good as new. Might be missing an arm, but that doesn't mean I forgot how to swim. It's easier than walking, actually. And breathing in water instead of air was unexpectedly nice. These gales aren't just for decorative purposes. Felt a little bit like home, you know? But the waters taste different than that of the astral sea. More primordial, I might even say. Yeah, I figured. But you don't seem too worried about it. Nah. Whatever happens is none of my business now. I'm retired! And also the water doesn't bother me. Shouldn't bother you too much either, am I right? Since you're so close to... I knew you wouldn't forget. I might be old, but I'm not senile. Me neither. So you wouldn't call the primordial sea your home then? I've inhabited a few planes already. My past doesn't define the word home for me anymore. What is my deal? But you're right, primordial water doesn't do any harm to me. Even if I wanted to drown in it, I wouldn't be able to do so. But honestly, I was more worried about my patrons than the inn itself. Hope everyone is safe and well. Wouldn't worry too much about all your regulars. Adventurers are tough folk, and your drinks toughen them up even further. Arlo, don't be rude. Don't be rude in my chat. I have faith that you're right. But your tavern? Yes, thank you for pointing to my cracked window. Well, let's just say it's definitely seen better days. Nah, that's kind of an understatement. It looks like expletive. Ouch. Been working on the whole day to clean up as much as I can. My condolences. Say, have you ever talked to the Wizard of Molia? If I remember correctly, the wizard was brought up last time on one of these. Yeah, this one. The guy with the tower. We're speaking to Grace about them. No, sad to say I haven't had the pleasure. Oh, you should if you get the chance. He's always loved any kind of spells and enchantments. More of the type of involving trickery like puzzles and traps, but I'm sure he also knows a protective spell or two. I mean, he's been protecting his wizard tower for quite some time now. There we go, our second Morlia rumor. I'll keep that in mind if I ever get to meet him. But I suppose you're not just here to talk. How about a drink? Ha, you definitely have a way with customer service. How about a drink that will wake my old muscles up so that I can help you tidy your tavern afterwards? I can't quite remember having asked for help. What's that, my old ear? Suddenly can't understand what you're saying. How unfortunate, maybe a strong drink could help. Alright, coming right up. Notice I've not asked about Melly, even though I am the one that suggested that Una was likely the one who found her and like gave her something to do. Let's go for another Sailor's Courage. What is it that we need? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, there's that one. He's a hungry boy. Yeah! Yeah! This is the game now, it's me petting Ondu. Oh, I'm actually short one. Huh. Well, you get this because I fucked it up. There we go. Ding ding ding. There you go. A drink, powerful like the astral sea. Wonderful. I consumed enough primordial water to last me weeks. And? It doesn't taste exactly like home, but the hint of elemental magic revives some old memories. Gotta say, you definitely know your craft. Thank you. Maybe I could convince you to just relax and let me do my work. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Forget it! Let's clean up this messy tavern. If you insist. Before I forget, all the water swept some animal remains into my pockets. Don't really know where they came from, and I don't feel any kind of astral energy coming from them. So I assume they're either Gaian or primordial. And before I stab myself with them while cleaning, I want to check if you'd have any use for them. Stab? Yeah, they're surprisingly sharp. Well, now I'm curious. Let me see. Ha! You're so easy. Saberfang! Thank you, Una. They might not be primordial, but I think I know just what to do with them. I'll just fucking throw teeth into the drinks. Why not? I'm swearing far too much for YouTube. These Saberfang tips are from a very special, the very special fangs of the colossal saber-toothed tigers from the Forbidden Valley. They lose them bi-yearly and regrow them at a remarkable speed. Biannually? No? So we have a secondary grantor of haste. And it grants dexterity and strength, but negative to charisma. It is an Irish thing, in fairness. It's just how I'm wired. Gonna spice up some drinks? Maybe. Can't wait to try them out. Una. And now let's spice up this old rusty tavern. Yeah, let's fix the window, why don't we? Hero's Journey. The gang's all here. Aye, innkeep. Rhea. Innkeep. Lynn. Greetings, innkeeper. Hello, Archie. And there's his theme song. Finally came to tell you the tale of tales. Told you we'd be back with a good one, didn't I? Indeed. It's a thrilling story to be certain. That being said, you look like you got something thrilling stories yourself. None thrill me as much as yours will. Well, grant me one question still. Shoot. Who's that granny on your roof? Oh, no. An old friend of mine. She's helping me tidy up the tavern after the flood. She's a really nice friend, then. I suppose so. Lynn left for reasons that I can't quite recall. No, she left to go see her uncle to check if he was okay. Kumo has gone to find Melly, and Fable left to check on their family. But Lynn did say that she would return and tell us the story. I didn't know she was on the roof. Are a lot of tiles missing? Half of them. About a quarter. Just a few, actually. That's not particularly conclusive, but I trust Una and her abilities. Sometimes. Yes, these three did go on the escort quest together, so for those who are watching the VOD or those who missed the last stream, a quest was put out a couple of days ago in game time about a diplomat requiring an escort to a unsavory area, or through an unsavory area. Diplomat is a friend of Archie, the guy in the hat. The two people hired were Lynn and Rhea. And Archie kind of weaseled himself in there because he wants to be an adventurer. And he wants to look good in front of his friend. Yeah, Paul, I think what the chronological timeline is, they got back just before or just after the flood happened. So Lynn came in with Kumo to see if Fable was here. No, it's just her twice, that's all. She came, she left, and then she came again. As we all should, at least once or twice in our lives. Closing your eyes is the reason you'll run into the end of a blade someday. Or not, if I'm lucky. If. Did the flood hit you as well? You bet. Had to hold on to Rhea for a quick second now, else she would have been swept away like a twig. I heard your wished. We just passed Themis when it happened. Which shapeshifter are you talking about? Oh! This guy? Inico? The changeling? That's true, we've not seen him in a while. Or them in a while. Luckily, there were 2 carriages nearby, wedged between sturdy trees and a large boulder. We managed to pull ourselves out of the raging waters and on into the carriages. Thank the dragons. It could have gone south real quick. And your tavern looks to be a bit wet as well. It is. I've been working non-stop to clean it up. That's not good. Working non-stop comes with the being self-employed, I guess. No, I mean the flood. Never heard of a flood that massive. It spread all the way from Themis to Zenith. Let's remind ourselves of our geography. So we're here. Here's Zenith. So we need to find where Themis is. Dyria, Twin Burrows. This is where they were before. They were in Dyria. This was the quest that they were working on. There's Themis. Okay, so from here to just like above, basically from here to there. That's still pretty substantial though. You're right. We certainly aren't that close to the sea, Themis. Themis maybe, but not your inn. It's all still very recent. We have to wait until we know what the true extent is. Back to your story. How was the journey to Dyria? And how did you manage with the flood? The journey to Dyria itself was uneventful, but venturing with the Dyrian capital all the more so. As for the flood, it didn't really bother us until we arrived back on the mainland. I think we should tell the story chronologically. That might make it easier to digest. Thank you, Archie. Alright then, go ahead. Me? Yeah, you're good at telling stories after all. You think so? Aye. I would have thought that Rhea and Lynn would have torn Archie apart. I'm very surprised to see camaraderie here. Alright, so listen closely, for what is about to unfold is a story of terrifying as it is heroic. Here we go. It was midnight and the moon was standing high where the 3 adventurers assembled their meeting point. Didn't know we were taking this... Didn't know we were taking this carrot here along. Was a surprise. A pleasant one, I hope. Having one party member more than anticipated was at least more pleasant than the surprises lay ahead. Now I'm intrigued. So, accustomed to the pleasant surprise, we ventured to Theodore's abode in Themis. Very fancy. Very expensive. Don't think I've ever seen such a posh bit before. 3 stories tall. For one person. To be fair, one person and a lot of staff, like cooks, maids and a gardener. For a holiday residence. Even worse. I would very much appreciate it if we didn't judge people based on their amount of wealth. You would, you nepo baby. Or their lack thereof. Exactly. So you arrived at his holiday residence in Themis. Right. We approached the gates and rang the bell. The fog was creeping in around the house, like it was pressuring us to go in. A man in a black suit opened the gate and with a deep and raspy voice said, "State your business, please." Some sort of butler. I told him, "Listen up, clown, you are our business." Which wasn't very polite. No one asked you. Maybe they should have. Then they wouldn't have thought we were bandits. Well, we got that cleared up, didn't we? because I introduced myself quickly when I saw some guards already approaching. I introduced myself as Gustav Archibald Richmond III. Knowing my family and the childhood friendship that Theo and I fostered over 2 decades, the butler relaxed and let us through. How old are you again? Archie boy? 24. You know what's funny, Innkeep? What? The other lad was also a third. Born in the same generation, born third of our names. Perhaps that's why we were destined to be friends like our fathers and their fathers were. Theodore... Oh my Christ. Theodore Hugo Frederick Sinclair III is his full name. God. Yay. But no one called him that. We called him Theodore. Or Theo. Either way, we rang him out of his sleep, so he wasn't all that amused to see us. And then he laid eyes on you, Ginger. Never seen a gaze light up so fast. What do you mean? That he was happy to see you, that's all. Oh, well, I was also happy to see him, so I thought we caught sight of each other, all violent tension was blown away. Well, okay. I think there's a little bit of a crush situation. And others were created. Yep. Other types of tension. Other types. I found our visit very peaceful. Yeah, Theo's a polite lad. Offered us tea and biscuits while we waited for him to pack his things. Yeah, not a fan of rich folks and their antics. Tea and biscuits aren't much of an antic, no? Ugh. Throwing you off a cliff is. No one did that. Metaphorically. He is the reason we almost died, though. Chat, you don't blame the customer. Incidents like that are the reason they need help. Right. It'll all make sense when we get there. So, after Theo packed his things, we made our way to Windmore at sunrise. From there, we took a ship. A brig, just for us. A whole crew for a diplomat. Safety is important for our politician. The food is great, to say the least. At least. We had to take the ship as you might be aware, Innkeeper, the bridge connecting Duria to the mainland was destroyed. Yeah, so that was one of the reasons the diplomat was going there. There's my map. I am questioning how big the bridge was. Did the map designer know where the bridge was? Don't know about that, Chief. I recall. So, the ship we took brought us to Twinborough and not to Amasa itself. Why was that? Apparently Wrong voice. Apparently the debris from the bridge is a safety hazard for passing ships. And if there was one thing we didn't need, it was distress at sea. I'm sure you got it all the same. Who is messaging me? We were lucky with the weather. The sea stayed calm and even with a thunderstorm right behind us. And the mood on the ship was jolly. Theo entertained us with stories of old. Oh, he's a great storyteller. I wonder where he gets all those thrilling narratives from. Actually, I suppose he still reads a lot. We used to read together when we were younger. We read the same book, but always one chapter at a time before giving it back to the other person to read the same chapter. That way it felt as though we were reading together. He was always so imaginative. Still is. So we weren't bored a bit before we reached shore. You're not so bad with yourself with stories, lad. I'm glad you like them. Already working on the story about you two. The claw of Irve and the hammer of there really are just the two things for hammers, huh? Hammer of Justice and Hammer of Thunder. Justice? Ray of Frostgrip, Hammer of Justice? No. Ray of Frostgrip, Hammer of Executive Force. Keep working on it, lad. You're getting there. This story, can we continue? Of course. We arrived at Twinborough in the late afternoon. The sun was already setting on the horizon, tinting the world with colours of purple. At that point, none of us could have imagined the world would be tinted in red soon enough. Red like the sunrise, or red like blood? We got off the ship, and after a short break in Twinborough, we made our way to Amasa. We got about 2/3 of the way there without any issues until darkness settled around us. Type of darkness that creeps up on you in like an eerie mist, type of darkness that chokes all noise out of the world. Ooh, it's break time? Ooh. You know something is going on when you hear nothing. No birds, no crickets, no wind. Like a dead silence. Didn't even realize it until Sharp pulled me aside and pointed it out. Just as I was explaining it to her, my ears perked up. Far away I heard some low humming sounds. Didn't hear them myself, thought you were making it up, imagining noises in the dark to make up for the absence of light. Sometimes the brain does things like that. It was so silent except for that humming. I started getting this weird feeling in my guts. Like a sixth sense? Like that, yeah. Don't know if it's in the genes or the experience, but at some point you start feeling when something shifts and things aren't as they should be. Gotcha. Either way, I hear the humming and it's not long before it turns into growling. That's when I heard it too, deep and guttural. I saw silhouettes in the woods, right and left. Their eyes reflected our torchlight eerily. I huddled closer to Theo to protect him. Soon we were surrounded by a knot of zombies. A lot of them, everywhere. They were moaning and groaning and were so ready to feast on us. I grasped Theo's hand because I had to hold up to something. Had to act fast. They'd already seen us and were surrounding us, so running away wasn't an option. Clearly, we had to fight our way through, so I readied my sword. It wasn't far till Amasa. I felt sturdy as a rock. Nothing could harm me, and I needed to ensure the same for Rhea, Archie, and Theodore. So I reached into the powers of your drink. The woman stopped walking abruptly while these beasts were approaching us. I drew me hammer just in case. I heard her mumble words I didn't understand. Enhanced by that citrine that you put in your drinks, I called upon my Baba asking for guidance. I've never had much business with the dragons, but she had. I hope if I reach out she could lend me some of that. I never felt so close to her before. Not even when I buried that chimera. The zombies approached, pressing closer against our dim torchlight. When suddenly a shield of light burst out of her sword, engulfing us, and pushing the zombies away in an eruption of divine force. It was the light as radiant gold all around us, shimmering softly. I didn't waste any more time and kept going. Honestly, I barely know what I did myself. It was all a haze. Luckily, it seems the undead are like pack animals, at least for the most part. Maybe made all the slashing a bit easier. Ooh, Dawn of the Brain Dead. She pushed forward, cutting through the zombies one by one by one, the rest of us at her heels. But it seems like a bottomless pit. More came rushing forwards, that the travelling shield blocked most of them, but eventually it began to crack. Fair enough, after a bunch of steady, forceful impacts, anything breaks, but I made sure to push the undead back with my hammer. Meanwhile, Theodore seemed scared. He told me he wished that it was just another assassination attempt instead. At least when the foes would have been alive. I was just as terrified, but I did my best to keep him safe. Then he tripped and fell. I tried to catch him, but he pulled me down with him. Celine was so focused on getting through the ambush that she pressed on. We fell behind, leaving the shimmering shield's presence. Darkness enclosed us when we caught the attention of the zombies, who began cornering us. I couldn't let us die, so I called out for Rhea. By then I'd already noticed they were gone, so I called out to Sarah Lane and headed back to the lads. I smashed every undead head that dared come in close, and Archie, well, I didn't know you had it in you, lad. Well, it was out of necessity. What happened? One of the zombies grabbed Theo's leg and attempted to drag him away from me. But I got up, drew my rapier, and poked the thing right through the eye. It dropped to the ground like a wet towel. Gross. Fascinating. A little. When I heard Rhea, I hurled around. They were all by themselves in the distance, almost dying because someone didn't watch their feet. Easy, sure. Accidents happen. Accidents kill people. Obviously I couldn't let that happen, so I rushed back. We lost all our previous advantage as more came flooding in by the second. Not wanting to waste any more time, I pulled Theodore up by his collar and threw him over my shoulder. Ooh, a fireman carry. I wasn't risking any more accidents. Of course, he didn't like that. Later he said it was invading his personal space. I told him I could have let him die instead. Which maybe wasn't the right response, I guess. Shortly afterwards we reached the game of Amasa. The guards came to our aid and helped ward off the zombies. Sarah set Theo down and I helped him inside the safe borders of the city. The horrors were over thanks to Sarah and Rhea. We'd reached our destination. And to you, kid. Yeah, I suppose you didn't do too bad a job. Yes? There's a knocking at the door. I shall be right back. I have returned. Yummy, yummy. Well, I will do my best to keep all the eating off mic. Where were we? Theo was beyond thankful. Even though he wasn't amused by being thrown over Ceraline's shoulder, he understood that she saved his life. He was so impressed that he said he would make for a great story. He even started on the first draft. But after the fight, he felt really inspired to solve the conflict between Diria and the mainland. So he'll probably have no time to finish it, and decided to give the manuscript to me. He said he always liked when I told him stories, and that he'd love to hear this tale in my words. I promised him I might write something up for the next time we see each other. Oh my god! Still a better romance story than that one Still a better love story than that one romance book. Twilight slander. in our Year of Our Lord 2024. Wow. You mean the one with the vampires? Yes. Yes, she did. Yeah. I doubt this is going to be a love story. ... Was talking about you two, lovebirds. Me and Theo? We're just, friends. Sure you are. Either way, we brought him to his destination in the city, had some tea, and started making our way back by noon. We checked out some tourist traps. The tricks don't work if you know what you're up against. I bought a mug. Of course you did. You sure did. But I already have some more mugs at home, so I want you to have it. You'll always remember our heroic adventure. I would love to. I'm an avid keepsake collector. Splendid. Hey! #1 innkeeper. Heck yeah. Heck yuck. Anyways, afterward we had some tea, lots of tea and biscuits, and made our way back by noon. Once we arrived back on the mainland, the flood hit like it had been waiting for us. I can still feel the cold water clinging to my bones. Speaking of, I'll freshen up a bit. I still have mud in my shoe. And then maybe I'll continue with the rest of the story. Of course. Take your time. Now it's just us. Indeed. The kid is so green behind the ears. Wet behind the ears? Weren't we all? Can I offer either of you a drink? After a journey like this one, I could use something that tastes like rocks and regenerates my stamina. Coming right up. Ding! That bell. Thanks, Innkeep. Much needed. You're welcome. Char, let's talk about your extraordinary fighting skills. Gotta say, I'm really impressed with how you decimated those zombies. Fun fact, the word decimate just means to destroy a tenth. It doesn't mean like to completely destroy. It just means that you destroyed a little bit of it. But it's lost that meaning over time and we all just use it incorrectly now. Takes a good B-side to know one. Nah, I'm more of a general fighting type, you know, but I can always appreciate two strong hands. And such a well-crafted greatsword on top of that. Happy to see you appreciate solid craftsmanship. It was a gift from my baba. excuse me. She told me the great dragons themselves gifted it to her, but I don't know if that's true. Arla, I can't emphasize enough how much the name of this YouTube channel is Irish Nerdcast. Jojo, come on! Ugh. Could be. You went against the Chimera after all. You might be onto something there. Have you ever heard of the Great Axe of Ur? The most powerful weapon ever, forged by the origins of the world themselves. You bet. You think it really exists? I mean, my Baba used to tell stories. But if her sword was made by the dragons, maybe Ur's great axe is also just a myth. Dwarves have their origins in the subterranean caves, you know, on the plain of Ur. I grew up in a labyrinth cave, surrounded by gems and ores and legends and tales. Nerd brackets derogatory, thanks. Thank you for that, love that for me. Makes me feel real good. Every time you guys are rude to me. I'm gonna kill you! Jojo, you motherfucker! Alright. Okay, so context as to what the fuck just happened there. I was about to make a very witty joke about how every time you guys are rude in chat, I was going to put you in mukbang timeout, in which I eat my food and you don't get any audio or gameplay. And right as I was doing that, context, there's a balcony right here, right off screen, where there's like windows and a screen door. And Jojo had gone out onto the balcony from the fucking kitchen and scared the fucking shit out of me. Gonna kill them. Swear to God. My neighbors definitely heard me just then. Christ. Oh. October's not for another 2 hours. 2.5 hours, I guess. Christ. Anyway. I mean, I haven't seen it with my own two eyes yet. But I'm convinced the legendary weapon exists. I bet it's so large I probably wouldn't have even recognized it as an axe. I heard Uma keeps it in their resting place at all times. Excuse me. Paul, I'm very sorry. Joe, you know what you did. This is your fault. Oh, good to know that the delay on the stream is enough for you to scare the hell out of me and then go back to your phone and watch it happen. Very cool. Cool. Yeah, no one so far has found it that. Ooh, room unlocked. And hopefully no one ever has to. Ooh, Dead Space is a good one to stream, Arlo. If you're not already, you should be following Arlo Fry over on Twitch, seeing as we can't stream on Twitch. You should at the very least watch them. What do you mean? You know the tale. If someone was to wake Ur up, the apocalypse would begin. Gee, I wonder if somebody woke Ur up and that's what's happening. But that's just an old tale, right? Something you tell kids when they don't eat their food. You know, eat up or will awaken. Questionable pairing techniques, if you ask me. Yeah, I gotta hear that a few times when I was still a wee bairn. All those tales every day was making me want to craft a legendary weapon myself. Have you ever made something like it? Not yet, but I will soon. I'll make the greatest weapon ever forged and smash this year's Ore Heart blacksmithing competition to bits. I'll outcraft my ex-husband with ease. That expletive. Oh my gosh. Potentially unpopular opinion, game theory is kind of good now. Since Matt Pat left, it's kind of good. It's certainly a lot less cringy. But anyway, Ray's got an ex-husband. Unexpected. Ex-husband? Yeah, we used to work together, and now he claims like I wouldn't stand a chance without him. But I'll prove him wrong. Anyways, Innkeep, Cher, I think it's getting quite late, and it's been an exhausting week. Absolutely agreed, let's get some rest. And then look for another quest elsewhere to afford me crafting materials. Good night, you two. Good night, Lynn. Night, Innkeeper. I can't actually tell what time of day it is. The water's in the way. You know that Matt Pat's working on the Yorlai in April musical? Isn't that nuts? But at the very least, it looks like the floods have subsided. So that will make things getting around a lot easier. And yeah, it's the 19th of the astral moon. And we were told to keep an eye out on the last day of the astral moon. And the 35th of Cassiopeia. Ah, there he is. You've summoned him, Paul. Before we continue, I'm very quickly going to save because I forgot. Save often. It protects your sanity. Look at my mug! It's got a little undo on it, that's adorable. It also appears to be leaking. Sup, my fellow enigma. Sup? I don't find you that difficult to comprehend. That's what they all think. How's it going? Hopping? Running? Moderately. Why? My tavern and I are doing well, but we were hit by a tsunami yesterday. I'm glad I can provide some comfort to everyone in these trying times, but I also wish they were less turbulent. Boo. Spoken like a true politician. Commit to one extreme. I'm committing to honesty. Pfft. You're right, good one. Look at my little guy up here. I love him. But a tsunami, huh? So that's what that was. Cool. World's tiniest violin going. Sucks that I was... Sucks that I was busy playing around with Magic the Shattering. Or the Scattering, rather. Maybe missed the whole thing. I get that reference. I understood that reference. I would have loved to surf those waves. What's that one meme of the meme format of like having a great day at the pool, so and so's drowning behind you. Ew, it's not about them. That would be Iniko surfing during the tsunami with people like freaking out. I'm sure you would have had a grand old time. Maybe next flood. Do you think I could start the next one on purpose? No. Aw, come on. This place has made you tame. I'd like to keep I'd like my tavern to keep standing, and the people around it as well. Like I said, lame. You got anything interesting to say? I have an interesting question. Shoot. Have you seen Melly anywhere? She's gone missing. Oh, that pocket-sized detective? Sure did. Several times even. Were any of them recently? Would say so. I think the last time was 2 days ago. I was chilling in the moon swamp. I just tested out that witch's spa good old boy recommended. Met some lost travelers on the way back and was giving them the conversation of their lives. When that cat rudely interrupted my business pitch. Made them run off with a single handshake. Little snitch. The thing around his neck has a knife, I've just noticed that. What were you selling? Hair growth cocktails, inspired by your little things. You drink them, your hair grows. Fast? Ah well, fast, smash, pass, it will grow eventually. You just gotta have some patience. I see. So Melly was at the moon swamp. Where exactly did you see her? On the way to the moon pools, duh. There was where the paths diverge and nature tries to lead you astray from shimmering reflections in the water. Isn't that near one of the Twilight Chasm portals? Oh yeah! That means she got a fresh opportunity to go surfing. Good for her. What a positive outlook on things. Sounds like Melly was at ground zero. Always good to have one of those, after all. All that matters in life is fun, right? I don't know about that. Life is full of many beautiful and important things. Not all of them are fun. They should be. At least for me. I don't care what you're up to. Speaking of fun, been wondering, do you think I should explore the Twilight Chasm? Do you want to? Ish. It sounds exciting. Especially since I've never been there before. They say it's just like Avalon, but reversed, for the different color scheme and all that. Everything's purple over there. Do you enjoy Avalon? Sometimes. I haven't been home in ages. Let me tell you, as soon as those portals opened up, I was out of there. Running from pesky consequences? You got it. been wondering what nightmare version of Gaia looks like. That's what they call it, right? Avalon's the dream, Twilight Chasm's the nightmare, Gaia's like waking up. Probably doesn't look too different from the Sealy cord, am I right? Couldn't tell you. So you claim, but I know a fellow scam artist when I see one. In the mirror? Oh, you think you're funny, don't you? Well, you're hilarious. High five, bud? No. Bummer. Anyway, with your obviously non-existent, only hypothetical plane traveling experience, do you think I could take a trip down the horrors of memory and melancholia? This is the one time I'm considering opting on the side of mean. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna say, I don't think you should. Because I don't want to be responsible for sending him on a negative experience. However, I do believe that reverse psychology is gonna take hold here. Which means he probably will go anyways. And I will be blameless. It sounds fun in theory, I admit. But exposing yourself to nightmares will not bear the revelations you are looking for. Perhaps keep searching in Gaia. You might find something that resembles meaning. Ugh, what a cringe thing for you to say. What a cringe way to say you'd think I'd eat it if I tried. Guess this gray place will have to do a little bit longer then. It's not that gray. You just need some time to warm up to the colors. Whatever you say. Fascinating advice, Innkeeper. If I cared more, I probably would say something about you. I mean, I did say it, so... Luckily for you, this is already boring me. And how about a drink to keep you with me a little longer? We're all the same wavelength today, dude. Yeah, hit me with one of those. Something for those waves in my brain, so you can keep my interest a little longer. I'll mix up something real quick. Going to give brain just... Quick-witted and mischievous, just like you. Sick, this is lit, I'll give you that. I wonder if the slang in this dates it a bit. You hate Iniko, Jojo? I guess I can't blame you. I am intrigued by them, just because they're so out of left field by comparison to everybody else. Thank you. My girl's here. Welcome back, Baya. Thank you. How was your road trip? It was good. We stopped by my spa and did mud masks. Oh yeah. She got wrapped up with the cameos from Monster Prom. And went to their dimension, I'm pretty sure. And did you help them fly away back home? Yes. The forests were lush and green. We didn't find any sleeping people, but we ran into a group of meerkats and a rug engaged in conversation about taxes. What? The nice ghost even gave me her sunglasses. They're so cool. What else is up? The sky, the sun, but no stars. Fucking get 'em. And some trees. No trees are in the middle. Not to an ant. Ugh, ants. So cute. Do you have any ants? Not on me. See, the meerkat, compare the market.com reference I get. What's the rug? And you, innkeeper? Any ants? Oh, I've got 4 on my father's side. Not at the moment, sorry. Oh, no ants? Can I offer you a drink as an apology? Yes, make me feel like a little nimble ant. Ant potion. Got it. Sounds horrendous. It matches her color scheme. Here, for my favorite pseudo ant. Oh, this is so tasty. I want to look up at trees now. I'm sure they'll seem taller. Can I do anything else for you? Yes, several things. Have you been handing out my coupons? I have. Just recently I gave some to Voy. Have people been dropping by? They have, and they're really nice. The mud masks are the most popular, and the flowers. Grace said my flower bracelets are her favorite. They must be gorgeous. I'm making new ones just for her. She'll love that. I hope so. Second thing, are you okay? Ooh. What do we say here? I'm honestly not sure how to answer this. Because I feel like it would be in character for the innkeeper, as far as we know her, to say that she is fine. That she is okay. To stop her friend Baya from worrying. And also to keep up her cryptic bullshit. However, the second answer, to be honest, I feel a bit distraught. I feel like that could have some heavier consequences to it, so I'm tempted to choose that one. But do I want to show vulnerability in front of Iniko? No, we're doing it. The other day really did a number on me. I'm trying to stay positive, but I can't say I feel the best. Oh no, that's awful. Do you want extra coupons or flowers? Flower coupons? I do miss Melly, that's true. I think your company will be quite enough. Oh, nice. But what about lotus flowers? I brought you some in case I needed to cheer you up. Oh, for me? Yes. They are special flowers. I heard they're Ur's favorites. They bless you with their protection, like the citrine. They also make you feel nimble, like an ant. Lotus flower. +2 dexterity and defense, -2 strength. Morganite lotus flowers. Morganite's a type of pink stone. Getting ready to be called a nerd again. Morganite lotus flowers are rumored to be Ur's favorite flowers. This specific kind of lotus only grow under perfect conditions, but once it does so, it blooms with a celestial radiance, and then it gives blessed. Divine magic of the dragons, adventurers will have much better chance fighting the undead and any other unholy creatures, or any creatures. Really. Excuse me. Interesting. Oh, excuse me. Normally if you eat or drink lotus flowers, you get stuck in Las Vegas for a very long time. Okay, yeah, I should have seen the geek accusation coming. Thank you very much, Baya. Haha. I've been wanting to check in on people. I really enjoyed the flood. Tracks. But I thought about when the Banshee told Mary and me that some people don't like drowning. Correct. I hope I can cheer them up a little. You're already cheering me up. I am? Yeah, I was bored, but now I'm having fun. Cheering up quest succeeded. Yippee! I also have some questions. Ask me. Have you seen Melly anywhere in your swamp? The small cat Vukakin? She might have been investigating your flowers. No, I didn't see a cat anywhere, but I was also very busy tending to my sniffling willows. They need a lot of love. Same. I see. How's your swamp doing? Good. It's so wet now, and there are so many new interesting critters and plants. What kind of plants? Those with teeth? Some have teeth, some have eyes and spikes and haunting spirals of long-forgotten mistakes. Sick, I gotta check those ones out. They're nice. They speak just like little horrible birdies. You're one of those people that can talk to plants? Yes. How are they doing? The plants, I mean. Depends on the plant. They're all very loud at the moment. They love the water. They hate the water. They complain about the onslaught of the undead. They're ambivalent about the water. What was that? Ambivalent. It means they don't care, but they still want to say something about it. Great, now I'm a nerd in character too. No, the undead. Oh, them. The trees from the Pale Woods are very upset. They say that squeaky undead keep chewing their roots and bark and leaves. And their brains? No, they can't reach those. Tree brains? That's got a lot of implications. But there's lots of them. Maybe soon they'll learn to climb or fly. Male complaints. The Pale Woods. I've never been there before. Is it a good hangout spot? I don't think so. It's so dry. Maybe the undead like the dryness. I would think they'd prefer bogs. Everyone should. Agreed. Hey, Baya, can you show me those Twilight Chasm plants? Would love to taste test them. Yes, yes, but you have to lend out some coupons first. Do I have to? There is no such thing as a free lunch. Please. Ugh, fine, but only because I'm getting bored again. I think I do have 3 undead rumors. Hang on. I gotta get a better filing system. Alright, so that's 1. No. 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 Nope. 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 Undead don't think often. They act like pack animals, following the leader. No, no. Missing wizard. Unusual amount of undead haunting. Unless undead cells are being accused of eating crops, this apparently poses a problem. Yes, so these 3. So we'll probably put that together at the end of the day. Hooray! And please keep handing them out to people who need cheering up, innkeeper. Including yourself. Will do. Have fun, you two. Thank you. Me too, buddy. Eh. It's nut time. My favorite NB is here. Hiya, Fable. How's it going? All fine and dandy? Oh, shit. Okay. All fine and tired. Actually, not so fine. How come? Well, the city's a mess. So is the Grove and Temis and Terragrin. We still don't know exactly what happened or how. There's the undead problem not too far from us. Saraline said it's pretty grave. And no one has seen Melly in days. A lot of people are worried, and a lot of people also just aren't. Una told me not to worry either, but it's hard. Yes, very. I just want everyone to be safe. I want to fix this, whatever this is. Fable, I know everything is a lot right now. Especially since it's the first wave of adventures that you've ever faced. Pun unintended. But Una isn't wrong. A little less worrying wouldn't hurt. Ooh, Christ, these are bad options. No, not Zombie Melly, no! No! Yeah, I'm also thinking top one. Sure, it's unpleasant, but worse things have happened. And we've always been fine. Maybe it's just nature, or the dragons are craving change. There's nothing we can do about it. There's always something we can do. You taught me that. Sometimes things sort themselves out too. It's quite pleasant to wait occasionally. I just wish I could do more. I understand. How about a drink? That's something I can do for you. Not right now, I think. Oh no, we've got two crying they-thems. Hey, you look stressed. Stressed? Why? What makes you say that? I'm good, I'm fine, everything's great. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong, everything's awesome. If you're saying it like that, something must be terribly wrong. How about a drink? A little help for telling us what's going on? Sure. Oh boy. Ooh, the flower is pretty. Ding ding ding, ring that bell. I hope this helps with the word vomit. It does help a bit. Thank you. Anytime. So, what happened? Nothing, really. Much at all. I was just taking a stroll, trying to find Melina. Checking in on the people Fable asked me to check in on. Thank you for that. Yeah, after you helped me calm down last night, I'm glad I could help. So I was, taking a walk around the outskirts of Themis. A walk is good, right? Right. So good. I even came across new people. A lot of them were echoes. Did you talk to them? Of course not. I expected nothing else. That's peculiar, though. There aren't a lot of echoes on Gaia. There are now. Apparently the flood brought in a lot of primordial refugees. Not everyone's comfortable being submerged in water after all. They say Leviathan's plane is a mess right now. Excuse me. No, I hope everyone has a place to stay. They're looking for places for sure. Some merchants are even offering them rides around Faizoa and beyond. Oh, excuse me. Like to Borkum, for example. Borkum? Only the goodest boys go there. Which they advertise as well as a perfect vacation spot. It is. It's right by the Faizoan Wadden Sea. Very popular with travelers and retirees, so it's Florida. Yeah. It is Florida. I believe Una lives there currently, when she's not bothering me at my tavern. Awesome. I bet it's great there. I bet you can relax like nowhere else. What's going on, Kumo? Nothing. Nothing at all. Just my parents taking a casual trip to Borkum. Oh, God. Oh, no. Hang on. Okay, so Kumo is 25, and when he was about 8, he believed that his parents died due to some rich prick setting a nearby town ablaze, where they had gone to do merchant trading or something like that. And apparently, that was not the case. Your parents? Like their ghosts? Was Tiamat also flooded? Unlikely. I don't think souls can leave the upper world so easily. You're right. It would be difficult for ghosts to make it out of Tiamat and into a mocktail bar. But being Gaian Taurus is a lot easier to do when you're not actually dead. I'm sorry to ask this of you, but you might have to elaborate a little more. It's simple. My parents aren't dead. I saw them with the merchants near Themis, booking a carriage and an all-inclusive boat journey to Borkum. Jeez. They were going on about how they had a positive outlook on having to leave the primordial sea. How it was like a free vacation, a blessing in disguise. Good for them. But didn't you see them die? No. I just saw a burning village and couldn't find them anywhere. That foolish conclusion was all mine. You were 8. That's not a hard thing to put together. So they didn't die? They just left. Yes. So you're gonna kick their asses. Oh my gosh. Our rogue's parents were washed ashore by the twilight flood. Once believed dead, the liars were last seen in Borkum. I'ma put together a strike team. They're not gonna make it onto that boat. It's a new kind of awful, for sure. How stupid of me, think them dead. Shouldn't have thought the only claws of Tuat would make them leave me. You should have. They're your parents. They should never have abandoned you. Well, they did. Indeed. So, what now? I I'm not sure. I don't know what to do. Do you want to talk about it? No, not right now. Did you talk to them? Was it an intentional abandonment? Do they think you're dead? Kumo, maybe... Anyway, have you found Melina yet? Not yet, but Iniko last saw her at the Moon Swamp. What? Christ. About 2 days ago. But that's where but there's a Twilight Chasm portal there, where the dragon-cursed flood started. Indeed. Did Baya see her? No, she didn't. That's great. That's awesome. That's even better. Oh, Fufi, you're playing Fire Alpaca. Enjoy, Jojo. You've said awesome an alarming number of times. Because it's all so awesome. I'll keep looking for her. There's not a lot you can do without leaving your tavern, except... Innkeeper, please, I beg you, put out a quest to find Melly. Right now, I need to figure out what to do about my parents before they disappear again. I don't know how much time I'll have. She needs to be safe, but I can't go myself. We need to find her. Please help me find her. I don't exactly have enough information yet, but I'll make sure to find out more and make a quest. And I'll put it up, believe me, so you don't want to go yourself. I'll put it up immediately. Thank you. I hope someone will find her. We will. I promise you. I believe you. I will. I have to go, I think. Good luck with that. I'll see you soon. Yeah, don't burn down. Your tavern, I mean. I'll try not to. I have a dragon familiar. It's, a hazard. Oof. Someone's worried. Of course he is. Do you really think Millie is okay? I do. She's smarter than anything she could encounter. I trust her to take care of herself. I do too, but still, she's just a child. A very capable child. A child nonetheless. Wherever and however she is, whether she's just watching the sky or trying to unravel the mystery, she might need help. So please give me that quest. Pardon? Please give me that quest right now so I can find her. No, it's not done. That's alright. I already know both of the rumors and I know Melly well. And I think I have enough information to find her, and I don't think we have time to be pedantic right now. There is a certain way things have to be done. Your way? Yes. I'm sorry, but it's just how things are. What is my deal? Because you made them that way. Fable, listen. If you rush into this, you'll be putting both Melly and yourself in danger. You just told me not to worry about it. How dangerous could it be then? Well, weren't you encouraging me to go on more adventures just a week ago? Or are you only okay with me leaving when it's something as small as some snails? I just think that, like the flood, must have been caused by a massive force. Whether worrisome, purposeful, or neither, it's certainly not harmless. And you don't have a lot of experience with adventures like this. Or with different planes. What if she's in the Twilight Chasm? You need to level up before you stand a chance against true nightmares. Maybe we can get another quest from the farmers. Their fields must have taken a lot of damage. Kumo needs cheering up too. Don't patronize me. I simply don't think you're ready for this one. Why are you being like this? You always say I should get out of my comfort zone. You encourage me to change, to grow stronger and braver. And now that I do, it's suddenly wrong? I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying the timing isn't right. And why do you get to decide what my timing is? Why should I leave my comfort zone, but once something is out of yours, it's a mistake? Things aren't that simple. I know. I lived for over 100 years. I know that things aren't simple. I also know that they don't change by pretending they aren't there, or by pretending they're not missing. Think what you might, the quest hasn't been put up yet, so it cannot be taken. I don't need some sheet of parchment to find her. Just make me a drink. Oof. Ah! Feels bad, man. Feels real bad. Oh man, I don't know what to say. Think about this. You might damn both of you this way. You're going to look for somebody no one has seen in several days after a giant disaster. She could be anywhere, including in a realm of nightmares you know nothing about. You've never even encountered bleak stalkers, and they'd be the least of your worries there. There are adventurers here who have faced things worse than this. Who will have a much higher chance of bringing her back safely along with themselves. Yeah, I also figure that if I refuse them, they're just gonna go. Is this your way of saying you won't make me a drink? Just let it go. Let someone else handle it. So they get hurt instead of me? That's not what I said. But it's what you meant. You don't know what's awaiting you out there. But you do. Oh man. Please just stay, or of course not. Brother. What am I doing? Please just stay. You can't keep me here forever. That does sound like an angsty teen. Why not? Because I've made up my mind. I can save Arlo, but I don't want to, like, save scum this. I'm just saving at the top and end of every day. And I've made up mine. I'm not giving you the quest. I'm not making you a drink. Okay, I don't need a drink. Don't be ridiculous. Going on an adventure without my help is reckless at best, foolish at worst. I'm not gonna sit around and wait while other people suffer. Not if I have the chance to help them. I'm not like you. You're right. You're not. You have no idea what you're getting yourself into. I know I'm gonna find Melina. I don't care what it takes. And I'm not gonna let anyone stop me. Not even you. Fable. Oh no. Maybe I should have been more honest. They'll be fine. Honesty, best policy. You said that earlier. After all, they've always been honest with me. If I had just explained everything to them. And now they're going to run towards their doom just because I can't. No, I don't want to think about that. Not sure what to do with those rumors now. Guess I'll just hang on to them. Well, I better close up for the day. In the meantime, undead snails. The vegan dead. The Pale Woods and its surrounding areas are being plagued by undead lately. First undead snails scavenging crops, then humanoid cadavers gnawing away at the forest itself. The local plants can't catch a break. No one knows why they suddenly hunger for the local flora. Some brave adventurers, preferably experienced with the exterminate, should look into this. Rough going the last few days. Tuive, the pen and the sword. Hello, brave adventurer. Welcome back to my tavern. The music gets me every time. Hello, innkeeper. How are you doing? Past few days have been quite eventful. Before we get into this, actually, I'm gonna get myself a drink because I am out. So, two minutes. I's back. I'm feeling so inspired. My first real adventure was so utterly exciting. I haven't stopped residing in my memories ever since we returned. Sometimes you don't see words written out after you've heard them for a long time. It just takes you a sec. When I got home, I immediately started writing everything down so I wouldn't forget anything. And it reads just like those old adventuring tales and books from my childhood. Sounds like you had a very good time. Sure, I keep doing that. Clear some of these. They're gonna bug me. It's delightful to see you flourishing. Actually, I've been thinking about switching careers. Oh, how come? All these adventures, don't get me wrong, it's new and exciting. You've been on one, maybe 2.5. Or 1.5 even. But instead of experiencing them myself, it might be better to tell tales for those brave heroes and heroines around me. Creating stories is much more enjoyable than facing the dangers of adventuring it myself. I'd like to note that the others mentioned how much they loved listening to your stories. You're right! I think Theo would enjoy this idea as well. You think so? He seemed very entertained on the trip to Dyria. Huh. Perhaps you might be onto something here. On another note, that's me. On another note, how about a drink to wind down a little? Sure, why not? Any specific wishes? Surprise me with something that'll keep me focused on writing. Something to ward off distracting thoughts. Nothing easier than that. Excuse me. Let's do this one. We've not done this one in a minute. Bum. Put a tooth in it. Now I'll put hair on your chest. Ding that bell! A drink for the upcoming best-selling author. Very sweet of you, thank you very much. There's the theme music again. Oh, this tastes absolutely delightful. It's called... Oh, Jojo, I can't pronounce that. Methyl phenidate hydrochloride? What's that when it's at home? Excuse me. Goodness gracious. I already feel the words aligning, impatiently waiting to be written down. Don't mention it. I'm always happy to help. Speaking of which, any chance you've heard of Melina, the famous detective? As it happens, I have. You get to know quite a lot of people when you run a tavern, you know. Have you seen her recently? Oh, to focus. It's, gotcha. No, I got it now. It's Dwags. Sadly, not in a while, no. I last saw her at least a week ago, if not two. How curious that you also know her. Meeting such a well-known detective is a fantastic source of inspiration and exciting stories. I've heard stories of her solving the case of the lost familiars in Zoford. Yes, she also solved the case alongside her trusty assistant. Excuse me. Ah, how inspiring. I'd love to see her tale someday. I'd love to tell her tale someday. I see her tale whenever she shows up. Maybe I'll combine it with the rumors I've heard about the one mysterious place southwest of Fezoa. Oh, which one might that be? It's a wizard tower, a magical place full of puzzles, mysteries, and magic. I've heard tales of it harboring hundreds of books containing lost and forbidden knowledge. But that's not all. There are treasures of unfathomable value and magical trinkets as well. That's our last wizard tower, rumor. What an exciting thought for a young detective to stumble upon a place like that. Definitely a story I'd read. Promise to send me a copy, please. Oh, but of course, I'll deliver to you myself. You know, even if we might be a few years apart, seeing her reminded me of my own childhood. You are 14 years apart, to be precise. Sure, the circumstances are completely different, and I was never allowed to wander off by myself. But she seemed a little lonely, just like me back then. Always looking for my own adventures, though she's found them in the real world while I relied on books. But I'm glad she's found an assistant to keep her company. The life of a detective can certainly be a lonely one. And you have Theodore by your side. Do you really think he counts as an assistant? That's for you to decide. He definitely doubles as a friend. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Melly hasn't been seen since the Twilight Flood. No! Tell me you're joking! Sadly not. I'm sorry. Oh no, I hope she's alright. She's probably just investigating the cause of the flood. I'm thinking the same. She might be young, but she's really tough. I doubt even a flood this size would be a challenge for her. Then I'll trust your instincts. I keep doing that. Gotta keep the mouse over here. Hi. Kumo, it's great to see you. I've solved it. Solved what? My parent problem. I've solved it. I've killed them, and now I'm an orphan for real. And how did you do that? It's simple. I'm here to ask you to write up and hand out a quest for me. A quest to find them, and to kill them. Sorry, did you say kill them? Yes. Why do you want to kill your parents? Because as far as he's been concerned, they've been dead for 15 years. Isn't it obvious? Can't say it is. Their death is what set me on the bleak path that is my life. It led me towards my destiny, my purpose. Which would be stealing, revenge, edginess, darkness. Of course. Now that they're back, it's messing up my purpose. Aesthetic purpose. Right. So I must take my destiny back into my own hands. Why not kill them yourself? Why not talk this through instead? Talking doesn't solve anything. Might make you feel better. Less murderous. No. I must embrace who I am. And after that, they must die. So please, a quest. Have it done. Quickly. Dormer unlocked parent trap. As you wish. I'll set it up for you. Thank you. I shall leave you to it. Before you go, how about a drink for the road? Maybe one that will have you talking about something other than killing your parents? Yes. I shouldn't allow them a warning, so I must be deceitful about my feelings. I'll see what I can do for you. What am I doing? What am I doing right now? Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, I guess I haven't broached that particular topic yet. I have a feeling that if I do tell them about Fable, the murderous intent's going to be in my direction. Also ring that bell. Maybe this will help your heart a little. Slip him the truth one. It feels nice. Really warm. Like a hug. Do you need a hug, Kumo? I need to go. Stay safe out there. Sure. And, Kumo? Yes. Have you talked to Fable? Yesterday, yes. They left to find Melly. I see. Good luck with your parents. I don't need luck. I need vengeance. Does he need help? Do you want to help them kill their parents? Pardon me? No, of course not. I meant psychological help. they don't look like they're doing too well, if I might say. He's always been quite broody and murderous, but their parents being alive really threw them off track. You wouldn't think that a bad thing, really. And now they want to kill them just because it doesn't fit with the backstory they came up with. This is the possibility for a happy ending to an otherwise dark story. Don't tell me you're actually going to set up a quest to assassinate them. I am but a mere innkeeper of this tavern. I'm just following Kuma's wishes. I am such a hypocrite. I would have expected you to have a little more backbone or moral standards, so to speak. You were so sure about Melina's well-being and even calmed me down. I can't believe you'd offer such a violent solution. I tried to stop him, but I don't think I can get them to talk with their parents right now. You heard them, and that's exactly why there's still hope. Wait, I don't think I understand. Kuma won't take on the quest himself, so there will be someone else that can talk to his parents. That sounds like a really questionable plan, if I may say so. It'll work out, I'm sure of it. Most likely, it won't be a very difficult quest, especially not if you know your way with words. As a nobleman, like you would, for example. Oh! Well, I'm still certain that this isn't a quest for me, even though I could probably do it. What if the situation actually escalates into violence? I wouldn't know what to do. No pressure, I just wanted to make an offer. Do you want a different quest then? Weren't you listening? I don't think I want to be an adventurer anymore. Hearing Kumo just now amplified my doubts. I never want to have to kill anyone ever again. Being a murderer is not how I envisioned my life to be. Excuse me. Of course not. But I also don't know what my direction life is headed from now on. My heart is still so full of excitement after my last adventure. This might only be a tale, but there is a place of infinite knowledge. Oh? Are you by any chance talking about the subterranean caves in the plain of Ur? I've read so many stories about them. A hidden yet wondrous place. Though I really doubt a guy immortal like me could even walk there. But I've heard that you can get there through the Twilight Chasm. Innkeeper, do you think that's true? That there's a portal to Ur somewhere in the Twilight Chasm? Well, maybe. This world is full of wonders, after all. And since the Twilight Realm arose from Ur's dreams, I can't say it's completely unlikely. Rumor unlocked. Just thinking about the caves makes my heart beat faster and my fingertips itch. Maybe I should write a little story about them. Time to write down some keywords or I might lose my ideas. You know, I don't think you need Ur to lead you. Your heart already knows what it wants to do. Huh? Do you really think so? Yes, it's quite obvious, actually. How about you go write down those keywords now? They might already be an upcoming bestseller. Oh, you really are a sweet talker, aren't you? Alright, thank you for your advice. Goodbye, innkeeper. Until next time, Archie. Oh boy. Quest taken. Good evening, Serlin. Evening. Has boredom already caught up with you again? It's always on my trail, guessing this quest is still free? Not for much longer, it seems. Haven't had enough of the undead yet. I've got practice with them now, might as well make some use of it. Fair enough. I thought you'd be looking for Melly instead. Can't say I'm not worried about the little gal. But Fable's already on it. I trust them. And I trust Melly too. To come back, I mean. She promised me we'd see each other again soon. I'm learning to believe in people's words. You should too. Ooh. I do, but trust is a scary thing. Words are empty, actions are loud. Ooh, boy. Bum bum. Oh, I'm not sure here. No, I do. We're gonna go with yes. Everything's scary if Fable's to be believed. Might as well pick up the fun horrors to commit to. Like the undead. Exactly. I also gotta check on my cousin. Those undead snails are a lot more concerning right now. At least they're even slower than the regular undead. Very calming, thanks. Wanna take Archie along again? He might be a calming presence you're seeking. Under no circumstances. What if you get bored? He's a very good story. He's got very good stories to tell. Shut up. Gonna lean back over here. Stay in frame. How will we talk about what drink you want then? Skelly! Well, dearie me, my dearest acquaintances. Innkeeper, Dame Cereline. Dame Cereline? Dame Cereline. You both look radiant today. What are we radiating? I shan't say, as it would be too rude. How polite of you. How are you doing, Scully? Just wonderful. Yesterday I had a most delightful tea party with Sir Alphonse and Lady Frostgrip. Alphonse and I were able to learn so much about the times we've missed. It's thanks to the blacksmith's prodigy. Alphonse? Kyle! I actually forgot what his name was. I forgot his real name was Alphonse. This world is truly an exciting and beautiful one. And by tomorrow the vampire will have forgotten all about it. But that merely means he'll get to remember again. How marvellous! The endless pursuit of learning is a wonder in and of itself. Speaking of learning, if you'll allow me, I'd like to learn about what you're doing on this fine day of ours, Dame Cereline. I keep saying damn. You do look a little spent, and I would hate to be intruding on your space. Just exhausted by all the people and their constant talking. You're good, though. Ain't your fault. Ah, I understand. The social aspect of life can be exhausting as they come with so many rules and obstacles one must traverse. Amen, brother. But throughout this overwhelming obstacle course of mortal interactions, we may find many magnificent treasures. And all of them make efforts worthwhile. Like quests. I was thinking about friends, but quests too. Are you heading out on one? Scully's not gone on a quest yet. Yeah. What's its cause? An unusual amount of undead creatures are haunting Faizoa lately. Especially near the Pale Pools. Cereline is going to check on that. An gathering in the Pale Woods? But why so? Is there a convention, perhaps? No, it sounds more like the violent type of crowd. Unfortunate. How are you crying? Where are the tears coming from? It does seem that this sentiment is common among my compatriots. Sense and sensibilities are often lost when you are ripped up from the afterlife without your soul attached to your body. Oh, that reminds me. One of the things that we learned in the last session is that Scully, when he was alive, is the same race as Jade. And his bones are made of alabaster. You don't have a soul? You've got a lot of personality, that's for sure. That is very kind of you to say, but I'm afraid I'm a mere fragment of my former self. Maybe you'll find your way back to yourself one day, an opportunity to find a new self. You'll find your way back to yourself. Oh, excuse me. Wouldn't that be nice? My soul... Oh my gosh. Excuse me. My soul should be securely locked behind to its walls, but perhaps there are more memories in it, stored in those bones somewhere. I wonder what my favorite song used to be, my favorite food, or favorite book. The best way to find out is to keep seeking out new experiences, to find out what calls to that old absent heart of yours. Listening to all the songs in the world does sound like a joy I wouldn't want to miss out on. Thank you for the inspiration. Dame Sarah, would you mind me tagging along on your quest? It sounds like a haven of fascinating research, and I've not been able to indulge in that pastime in a long while. Sure, come along. A skeleton would be great help in wiping out a bunch of undead. Wiping out? By no means should that be our approach. We should study them, or better yet, strike up a civilized conversation. With enough charisma, I'm sure we'll remind them of their mortal conscience. Don't be ridiculous. They'll tear us apart. We can simply ask the innkeeper for some additional defense, in case they need some additional convincing. I could even offer you some frost armor to go along with it. A few frozen pine cones here and there, you'll have a little more of a buffer, and if your words won't take hold. Struggling. Excellent idea. You winked at me. Or we just fight them, smash the bones together until they stop moving. No offense, Scully. None taken. Though I believe the clever approach would be rely on speed. Unawakened undead are rather slow, so we should embrace this possible advantage. Dexterity then, and defense. You were right on track with that one. May I suggest adding a few Morganite lotus flowers to this combination? Much like citrine, it will bless your weapon strikes. It will lend you what was it? Lend you the power of the great dragons. The undead are incredibly invulnerable to holy attacks. Indeed we are. The power of the dragons was a difficult one to harness. I'm impressed by your capabilities, Innkeeper. I think your delight should be aimed towards those magical ingredients. To dilute them in such a way is quite a skill itself, as is choosing our approach to this. We should leave this up to her, correct? Yeah, let's figure it out, Innkeep. Let some additional defense is a given, but should we focus on charisma or dexterity? And don't forget those wondrous infusions of yours. I would never. Alright. Getting the pole up. Bum ba dum. Bum bum. Some of them are undead snails. They are not all undead snails. If we read our thing here, if we go back to the quest details. First undead snails scavenging crops, then humanoid cadavers gnawing away at the forest itself. I can't do much about that, I'm afraid. Take it up with the UI people. It's not supposed to. I don't know why it's doing that. refresh. Yeah, no, it's still blocking it. Alright, we are 50-50 right now. So either somebody has to change their mind, or we need somebody else to cast a vote. We could do the coin flip again. Oh! Okay, we got 3 votes now. So we have one in the lead. Just give it another minute just in case. Bum ba dum. And the winner is Charisma and Defense. So, with that in mind, where are my drinks? There they are. Charisma. Let's do a 1,000 wins. And the infusion we need on that is the frost pine cones. Oh, which means we can't do the winds. So let's see what else we got. Spoken Heart. There we go. Ding ding ding, ring that bell. Notice I give it to Scully and not to Lynn. I would like to think that not all of these souls or bodies are fully lost. If you can save even one of them, it'll be worth it. I couldn't agree more. Thank you for your faith in us, Innkeeper. Ugh. I guess I'll give them a chance. But if they start gnawing on your bones, I won't hold back. I'm counting on it. Come on, let us make some new friends. Enjoy your travels, your conversations, and your battles. Bye-bye. New quests. 2 new quests. Oh gosh, okay. Well, we know that one of them is the Wizard Tower. Mission magically possible. The Wizard of Morlia has abandoned his tower on, well, Morlia, a small island near Neverduff and Dalwell. It is custom for a wizard's tower. As is custom for a wizard's tower, it's said to be full of alluring treasure, gold, magic items, forbidden knowledge, and spells, anything your looting heart desires. But be warned, the wizard is known to have loved puzzles, mischief, and contraptions, so don't forget to check for traps. So that's one. What's our other? We've got the rogue's parents washed ashore by the Twilight Flood. They're once believed dead, these liars have last seen in Borkum. The only solution to your parents faking their death is hiring a hitman, clearly. Your fingers crossed this will be passed through the youth protection. No, I don't think it's that one. The wondrous plane of Aura can be accessed through the Twilight Chasm, a plane that can be entered in the portals of the world of Gaia. Legend has it the great axe of Ur lies hidden somewhere deep in the subterranean caves, its unimaginably powerful weapon. The primordial sea flooded the Twilight Chasm has ultimately reached Zoa. Maybe it washed up something interesting. I'm really not sure on this one. This primordial sea flooded one. Maybe it washed up something interesting. That could potentially also work with the parent situation. But I am unsure. Oh boy. Chat, do we have any ideas? Bum 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 bum. Considering that the parent one was one that was being asked for immediately, I'm going to assume. And also, maybe washed up in something interesting. The rogue's parents were washed ashore. I feel like that wording is used deliberately here. I feel like that makes more sense than me pulling from nowhere that maybe the Great Axe of Ur, something that might not even resemble a true weapon, was like washed ashore. Okay, yeah. The parent trap. Twilight Flood brought more to Faezoa than just the waters of the primordial sea. In particular, two long-lost air echoes who had faked their own death and abandoned their only child. Now their kid is out for revenge and longs to have them killed, as fate of the tragic backstories will it. These renegade parents were last seen in Borkum near the Wadden Sea. Excuse me. So any bounty hunter should probably start there. We know at least one bounty hunter, so we'll have to see how that goes. Bum 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 bum. Okay. In pursuit of entropy. We're gonna save here. And I think this is where we're probably gonna call it, to be honest. We usually only do 3 days in story, and that was day 3. Yeah, day 3. So gonna call it a little early because, to be perfectly honest, I've not gotten a lot of sleep in the past couple of days and I'm very tired. The cuckoo noise really threw me off. So let's return to our main menu. So yeah, if you've not seen the tweet that we put up earlier today, or I believe we also put it on Instagram, we had a little bit of technical issues with the PC that we do our recording on. so we can't say when this week's episode of Irish Nerdcast INC is going to be out. It will definitely be out this week, and it's definitely going to be our first of spooky season. Yeah, I'm glad you stuck around to the end. Yeah, that cuckoo really freaked me out, actually. But yeah, hopefully those same technical difficulties won't hamper us streaming for the remainder of the week. We should hopefully have something maybe tomorrow and definitely on Thursday. We're also hoping to do some spooky games, if we've talked about before. So please tune in to that. Thank you to everyone who joined tonight. Thank you for anybody who is watching this after the fact. Thank you just for listening and watching and being here. I am clearly very tired. So, have a good night. And we'll go back to our main screen here. Slán go fóill.